Oh, hey guys, welcome to the LinkedIn All-Star Academy. Thank you guys for joining. I'm here with Jordan.
Welcome, welcome. Happy to be here.
Yeah, it's so good to have you guys here today because today we're going to be going over the 5 most common mistakes that we see on LinkedIn. And hey guys, welcome to the LinkedIn All-Star Academy. Let me pause my own playback here. All right, so it sounds like the sound is coming good through. If you guys do hear the sound, press 1 and put the one in the comments. And let us know where you guys are joining from. But today we're going to be going over actually not the 5 most common that we see, because we kind of went over that last week, but we're actually going to be going over the 5 mistakes that I made personally on LinkedIn, because I'll be able to speak to those more. And I think that, as you guys get your feet and your foundation started on LinkedIn, you're going to be looking to what that next step is and how to take your business to the next level. So that's everything, all those mistakes that I learned in the last 2.5 years. So let's pull up my slide deck. All right, we're going to share desktop 1. And here is my presentation for today. All right, well, first, thank you guys for coming. And here's the agenda. Welcome to the training. So a little bit about this training. Again, we're doing this every week, every Friday at 10 o'clock a.m. Arizona time. Feel free to register with the link down below or subscribe to the YouTube channel. Why aren't you guys subscribed? It's free training. We're putting this out every week. And this training is going to get better and better every week. So, and that's just free for everyone. If you guys do want to join the Academy, after today's presentation, we go into a group call where you guys get to ask questions. We could even share your screen and go through the problems that you're experiencing. But the meat of today's presentation is the top 5 mistakes that I've made.
Zach is humble. He's willing to talk through the mistakes he's made. He's not in denial about it.
And some of these mistakes I'm still in the process of fixing. So this will be exciting. So these are the top 5 mistakes, things you do not want to do when you're growing your brand, your business on LinkedIn. So the very first one that, let's just go over all 5, then we'll go into each one. So not getting started sooner was the number 1 mistake. 2 was not having my business well defined, and we'll go into that a little bit as we go into each of these in detail. Number 3 was not hiring an editor sooner. So it took me almost a year before I hired my first video editor, and the moment I did it, I was like, why did I not do this sooner? Number 4, not having a written content plan. So I kind of had it in my head, an idea, I'm going to post every day, or I'm going to post videos Wednesday, but having a written plan of what you're going to do, when you're going to film it, how many videos are you going to film, when you film, and then what days you're going to post, what time. So we're going to go into that. Actually, we're going to do one together, show you guys it's not that hard. And last but not least was not creating a digital product sooner. Many of you guys know we love Kajabi. We help business owners scale their Kajabi sales online as part of our accelerator program. But we also use Kajabi internally to power the academy. And we're just general believers of the platform. So we think that, if you're an expert and you have some sort of business, you should leverage Kajabi to scale your knowledge and be able to charge more for your time. So we're going to go into that at the end here, not creating a digital product sooner. I did, quick sidebar, I did create a digital product a year and a half ago on a platform called Udemy. And it's more of a marketplace. So the advantage to that was I did not have to drive traffic to it myself. Udemy had a bunch of users, and you can go publish your courses there. The disadvantage is that it was selling from like $10 to $20. So even though I had over 100 students go through my LinkedIn training course, I only made just under $1,000. So needless to say, it wasn't able to generate a really huge impact either in my life or, some of the students were very thankful and left good reviews. But when you only pay $10 to $20 for something, you're only going to kind of value it at that. So that's one of our advices that we give to our clients when they're creating a digital product is your knowledge is valuable. So let's get into it. Not getting started sooner. Jordan, when did you get started on LinkedIn?
So this is kind of a sensitive subject because I have a ton of regret that I've just kind of had to move past. I've been in recruiting since 2010, and as soon as I started, I made a profile. We weren't doing as large of a percentage of our recruiting on LinkedIn back then as obviously we do now, but I basically spent 8 years, 9 years on the platform without creating. I didn't even post anything. I just like used it to hit up DM people for jobs or to sell to them. And so I think that's like, right now is the time to start because it does take a while to build your presence, to get good at it. And obviously, you can have experts like Zach to help you cover more ground quickly. But just getting started is priority one.
Yeah. And I was fortunate that I'd always kind of been active on LinkedIn. I'd always thought of it as more than just a resume platform. So I was always like building my connections and demonstrating my professional experience when I was in the automation engineering world. So when I quit my full-time engineering job to pursue content creation full-time on LinkedIn, early 2018, like when LinkedIn video was just introduced, I had that, I wasn't starting from scratch. I had like 1,000 followers, but fast forward just over a year, I ballooned over 10,000 followers. Right now it's like 17,000. And what that has been able to do is it's allowed me to not only become a real estate agent and be able to generate sales and leads and sales for that business this year, which actually in hindsight might have been a mistake because diverting into real estate was a bit of a, it pivoted of my personal brand, but that's okay because it's been my own personal journey. But had I gotten started on video sooner, it would have been even better. Or same thing with like YouTube, right? We just started this YouTube channel this year, but that didn't stop us from getting started today, right? So if you're not started, it's not too late, but the sooner you get started, the better.
And would you agree, Zach? A lot of people get caught up in thinking that it is too late, so then they don't start. I mean,
Yeah. Well, I forgot to say, in order to get started, you first have to have like a $20,000 red camera to be able to have a beautiful live streaming setup like this. And you need a $400 mic and you need a $4,000 laptop. No, I'm just kidding, you guys. Seriously, it sounds stupid because it is. You really just need to get started with your phone, or like we're doing right here is just recording this content over Zoom. So if you have a laptop, you could even leverage your work laptop if you're still working a 9 to 5 and you're trying to build that side hustle up. Yeah. Leverage Zoom to create your content. All right, let's get going. So that's not getting started sooner. So this one is getting a little bit deeper into why, I had struggled in the beginning was not having my business well defined. Now, and this is kind of like a chicken and the egg problem. It's like, which one came first? How did I know how to define my business if I didn't really know very much about this digital marketing universe, right? There's LinkedIn. I knew I liked video. I knew I had experience in the industrial automation industry. I knew LinkedIn video and LinkedIn as a social media for B2B and B2C was like the next big thing. So I knew I wasn't going wrong by going all in on the platform, but I didn't have a couple things defined. The biggest thing would be like, who is my dream client? Who is my dream client and what are their pains and what are their desires? So like, what is my dream client trying to do? So for this business, my dream client, you guys are trying to learn more about LinkedIn. You're trying to learn more about how to grow your online business. You can't afford these expensive, $2, $3, $4, $5,000 courses. So you're leveraging this content for free here on YouTube, or you're a member of our monthly academy, so you kind of want to do it. you're you're not afraid of doing it yourself, but you need like a coach and a support system to get the most out of your time here on LinkedIn. So, see, I'm already having a better idea of the people that I help. Before I didn't have that. Before I was just like, hey, I'm going to make videos because I like making videos. And that only went so far, right? Luckily I was pretty good at making videos, and anyone who was making videos at LinkedIn at that time, you could stumble into success. Now it's getting a little more, the competition's getting a little bit tougher, and the so the competition is getting more tougher. More people are posting videos to LinkedIn, so you're needing to level up your game to stand out. So but the pain points are, of people like you. Maybe you've tried other courses, or there's too much content out there. You're getting told too many different things by too many different people, so you're a little bit overwhelmed. So you're looking for one place to go to that you can kind of depend on week after week to check in, always be teaching you new tips and tricks, like keeping you updated on LinkedIn best practices, and then also like, how to leverage other business systems like email marketing, like selling online courses, right? Like going to hosting events, LinkedIn locals, doing webinars like this. We're going to go into all of these different trainings, teaching you guys everything I know, to solve those pain points, right? That you're overwhelmed and you're just looking for one trustworthy place to go to with a business that has demonstrated results of where you want to go. They're doing what you want to do. And then, yeah, the desire is you want to be able to quit your job too. You want to be able to scale your business, or, maybe you don't have a job, maybe you have a business, but you want to scale that business. You want to, that the ways that you were getting clients before is not the ways you're going to be getting clients in the future. So that's a little bit of your desires. Like you want to be future proof. You want to, yeah. So see, I'm just describing to you my ideal client, but you guys need to think about who is your ideal client, what are their pain points, and what are their desires. And then your business, your solution is the gap, or you're bridging that gap, right? You're bridging it from their pain points, solving those pain points, and bringing them to the land of their desires.
Yeah. And
Does
I
that make
think,
sense?
yeah, absolutely. And I think it's such a good exercise too, because a lot of people, they think they have a lot of this stuff figured out. And it's kind of the exercise of going through and doing it that they realize that they probably have more gaps than they thought they did. And so even just this process, if for whatever reason you don't end up doing content, which I don't know why you would go through something like this and then not, but just this process will help your business be in a better place to figure out, what the heck you're doing and who you're serving.
Well, I think now would be a good time to share. We had a really big win this week for our application only accelerator program. And we actually brought on our first client this week. So, Jordan, since I kind of explained who our ideal client is for our academy, why don't you explain who our ideal client is for the accelerator program?
And so the accelerator program is it's typically a more advanced buyer, if you will. It's someone that has tried to implement a lot of different e-commerce tools and ways to reach they have their client base a little bit more well defined. They've been reaching them, they're generating revenue online, but they've kind of hit a plateau where they've been doing A/B testing on their own, and there are gaps that they can't see the forest from the trees. So that's when we would come in and help them identify what's working, what isn't, help them track it more accurately, and then ultimately help them determine what areas they can improve upon to kind of lean into what's working and lean away from what isn't.
Mm. So clearly, guys, we need to work on this a lot. So I would say, yeah, that makes sense to me, but I don't think that made let us know if that makes sense to you guys. But I would say it's I would just even go a little bit more specific, and maybe this is a mistake going too specific, but it's a business owner that has launched a product. They have a proof of concept on Kajabi, right? They're generating sales, but they, like you said, they've hit a plateau. They don't know how to reach to that next level of sales, and they're stuck basically. They are the expert in what they do, but they're looking for someone to help scale their online sales, specifically in Kajabi, because that's what we're experts in. So, and I know there's a lot of people out there that just use Kajabi, so maybe it does make sense to kind of focus on that one avatar, right? It's someone using Kajabi. They they're struggling to scale their sales. They're not, they're not the experts in running Facebook ads or building funnels, or even, maybe they've hacked together their Kajabi site themselves, but like it's not converting their customers well, or the sales copywriting is not speaking to their ideal client, speaking to their ideal clients' pain points and their desires. I had this conversation with we had a strategy call with someone last night. She has a program that is musical lessons for kids like young 2 to 5, and she her sales page was very confusing. Like it didn't have a funnel, right? There wasn't a clear, here's where you go next, here's where you go next. It's like it was kind of all over the place. So when someone would go to the page, it's unpredictable where they would go next, and all of the buttons had like too much text on it, and it was speaking about the features of her course and not like why would someone want, like, why should my kids learn music, right? Well, they should learn music because it's going to help them become smarter, and you as a parent don't want to miss out on the opportunity to take advantage of their most uh, when they can learn the most, right? They're a sponge when they're a kid. So if you wait to when they're 7 or 8 to teach them how to learn, teach them classical music, it's going to be too late. So if you sign up now, like her button said, like her button to sign up was like, click here to sign up, and it was like, it was just not clear. So, and it was just selling like, hey, we have monthly courses and we have all this content. It was too much about the content and not about the client. So I was just trying to help her with that. It was a free strategy call. She's not quite ready for the accelerator program because she's still kind of figuring things out. But once she has kind of scaled past like that $10,000 mark, we want to help her scale, or businesses like her, or businesses like the one we signed this week, scale past 100,000, scaled to $1 million in sales. I know it sounds crazy, but we're already doing that for a few clients. So
I think that's exactly what I just said, and then you added your.
all right, so let's move on then. So as you can see, we're always in the process of continually defining the business, but my biggest mistake was not having it clearly defined up front. But if that's you, don't let that stop you from getting started. So my third biggest mistake was not hiring an editor sooner. So I waited over a year to hire an editor, and the moment that I did, and I will show you guys here in a second how I actually hired my video editor at a high level. We won't go into it too much, but I'll just show you real quickly how you might hire a full-time video editor. As soon as I did it, it got me back like 10 to 20 hours back per week that I was editing videos. And not only that, my video editor edits better than I do. So it was like a win-win. And maybe you like editing your videos. And so if that's the case, maybe this doesn't apply to you. But if you're like me, you like posting the videos, like you like the results of growing your business from posting videos, but you don't necessarily like the editing yourself. So let me stop the share here. Let me I'll show you guys the site where I go to hire my video editor. So it's not. Um,
And the point of these guys is you can, we're sharing a lot of, useful info, and some of it might not apply to you. Right. But I think it's, being able to pick and choose, which of these you can learn from. Um,
yeah. So I mean, maybe you've heard of this site before, but uh, we use onlinejobs.ph, and it's what we like about it compared to other solutions that other people are teaching, like leveraging Upwork or leveraging Fiverr, which we still do leverage those platforms. But for our key hires, for our most important tasks that we want to hire someone in-house, things like video editing, we know we're going to always have a consistent stream of videos to edit. So we hired someone from onlinejobs.ph um, to be that person for us. We've actually hired 3 people through this platform. You can kind of search for free, but when you do actually hire, when you want to like message the workers, you can just pay for a month. It's either $69 or $99. And so for that, you can actually get someone hired. And to give you an idea, the rates there are like anywhere from $3 to like $6 an hour starting out, depending on what tasks you're looking for. Let's see if we can actually look at the uh, so here's like results, or here's actual response that we had to a previous job posting for a LinkedIn lead generation specialist. So here you can see for $251 a month, this candidate was looking to work 20 hours per week. So um, you know, but one of the things that I do want to share is, like, you definitely don't want to just jump in and hire someone. You want to have that role clearly defined, what they're going to do, and also think of the VA as, if the VA fails, it's essentially a failure on your part. If you didn't design your systems well enough, if you weren't communicating with them each day, checking in like each day, giving them, making sure that they have the tasks that they need to succeed, or and also those steps clearly defined, then it's going to be a failure. But I'm glad that when I did hire the VA, I worked through those processes. I've got other systems we'll show you in other videos, like with Trello and Slack, how we manage our VAs. But it's a good place to get started. And they actually do have a recruiting service for $500. You can just have them recruit you a candidate for you. So if you didn't want to spend the time to learn how to qualify VAs yourself, that's another option. There's a useful video from Justin Brown, who has another video, who he's the one who actually put me onto onlinejobs.ph. So I'll leave a link to that video in the YouTube description. Moving on here. So that was not hiring an editor sooner. Jordan, what would you say about hiring an editor? I know you have struggled with outsourcing that task.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's all centered around how much content you want to put out. When I was just doing one video every week, it was very manageable for me to just do them on my own. I think, as I started to gain steam on the platform, other content creators kept telling me, like, dude, you need to make more than one video every week. And that's for me where it became like, okay, like I need to find a way to outsource it and have somebody else doing these, because I can't possibly run my business, deliver on my business, and do multiple videos all on my own every week, and have that be like an efficient proposition. So something I'm still kind of getting comfortable with is delegating and trusting somebody else to do things that I am very particular about. So I think that would be the barometer. If you're going to just do one video a week, you could probably do it on your own. It's when you are trying to scale your content strategy beyond that you can't do it on your own.
Yeah, I think that's fair. That's a good place to get started.
Yeah.
Um, batch creation though is definitely another key area. If you're doing one video per week, you could do that. You could film that in a month or in 1 hour, one day for the whole month. And
Yeah,
so you could really,
some people are better at like it's a wall creatively or whatever, but like I will film the videos as they come, as the concepts come to me. And when I've tried to batch create, it just hasn't been as, I don't know if I just need to get better to,
feels
yeah,
contrived.
yeah, but
Okay.
that could just be me. Because I know like Drew and other people, you batch create and are able to have a consistent quality level. So I don't know, maybe that's just
I think the ultimate bar or the ultimate goal for a business owner would be to film new content once per week, um, and have that like a 1 hour session. So that strikes a good balance between, I mean, if you're only filming content every month, there's going to be questions that your audience is going to ask in week one. Like say you posted on the first, well, like by week one, you're going to have new questions from your audience. And if you don't get back to that until month two, then the iteration and the engagement, the real-time engagement you're having with your audience is not gonna, it's gonna take way longer to actually grow that. So if you're actually filming, like you said, if you're getting new ideas, you really do kind of want to be filming them each week. But if you film for an hour, 1 hour each week, and let's say you answer like 3 or 4 questions from your audience, and then you film one topic that you want to film, well, bam, you could have like 3 or 4 videos in that 1 hour session just right
yeah,
there. So you could almost get daily content at that point, at which case you would definitely want an editing resource full time.
yeah, for sure.
All right, let's move on here. So I think what is this, number 4? So my biggest mistake, number 4, was not having a written content plan. When I first started LinkedIn video, I had this idea that I was going to do daily videos. I was going to do daily content in some way, shape, or form, but I was going to really shoot for a daily video. And I did that for most of 90 days with only skipping a few days. And I had this hashtag the Daily Z. I was kind of playing off of Gary Vaynerchuk's Daily V.
Yeah,
But regardless, that content plan wasn't sustainable. And I see this mistake happening all the time. People will come out super strong. They'll post videos all the time and like they'll just burn out really quickly. I like to call them the blue star content creators. They burn hot and they die quick. And you do not want to be a blue star content creator. I mean, you may not want to be a red dwarf either, but somewhere in the middle, like our sun, is a good example. You kind of want to be, a, you know, burning hot and bright, but not so hot and bright that you burn out quickly.
yeah, that's a
So
good point because I think people underestimate how long it's going to take you to really build out a content strategy that's going to deliver. Like it's not going to be like, oh, you posted 3 videos and you don't have any customers out of it, so now that means it doesn't work. Like that's like going in. I didn't realize how long it was going to take, and I still would have done it 100 times out of 100. But like as you said, you can't burn hot because you'll burn out. It's going to take time for things to take shape.
yeah. So let's do a written content plan. All right, no, I stopped sharing. Let me share my screen here. Let's do it. So just so you guys can follow along and do this exercise, let's do a written content plan right now. So if you guys use Google Docs, that's what we use. Pro tip is you could just go to your web browser and hit doc.new, and it'll create a new Google document. And
I
so we'll
didn't know
just
that.
call this our content plan. And it doesn't need to be superly advanced, right? Like this was the mistake I made initially. It was like, oh, I'm going to get this software and this software is going to manage my schedule, or I'm going to do it in Trello, or it doesn't need to be complex. It just needs to be written. And so then you could kind of refer to it, and you can just see, is this even something I can keep up with for years on end? So for us, we're gonna film. We're gonna film on Fridays at 10 a.m. Right? That's what we're doing right now. We're filming. We've prepared a presentation. We're recording this on Zoom. We're streaming it live to YouTube. But we're gonna record this, and then we're gonna edit those on Saturday. So we're gonna make sure that our editor has all those videos on Saturday. We're gonna give it to them, and then what is he gonna produce? We're gonna do one summary video, right? So this is gonna be like this entire 30-minute to 60-minute live stream. We're gonna kind of produce one summary video, and then we're gonna produce 3 to 4 micro shorter videos. So in this case, we'd probably have 5 videos, one for each of these subsections. But in general, like, this is just giving us an idea. We're going to film weekly on Fridays at 10 a.m. We're going to edit, we're going to send files to editor actually on Friday, right after this is what we'll do. And then he's going to produce one summary video. This is like, it sounds really simple, but we're writing it down here because this is actually what it is. And then, like, Jordan, right? Right? We're going to post this. We're going to post this on Wednesday, right?
Yeah. We all have so much stuff going on, and just this exercise of planning out, no matter what, this is when I'm going to do it, has helped keep me on task, because there's always going to be things that come up, and like anything, if you don't commit to it, you're done.
Yeah. So really, I mean, this is actually produces kind of under edit, but really you got to film the content. We didn't even really talk about planning it, so we can actually add and see as you're writing your content schedule down, you'll realize where the gaps are. So, today, like this, I actually planned this Thursday. So obviously I want to be prepared for these. At the latest, I need to have this presentation ready by Thursday, and we'll put it at 10 a.m. So I'll be ready 24 hours in advance. I might want to even, check the live stream settings. So, this is getting a little bit further detailed on what our actual content plan is, what we're going to hold ourselves accountable to doing each week. It's written down, and you can change this. But the idea here is that it's written and it's like a strategy, right? So you can hold yourself accountable, and also you can see, hey, maybe posting 30 videos a month is not actually something I can commit to, which I would not recommend, because I'd much rather see you post one video per week for 52 weeks in a row than post 30 videos in 30 days and then stop, which I see happening far too often. So, Jordan, you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, we were just talking about this today, that, like, you don't want to be a perfectionist where, like, the video has to be perfect, but you do get to a point where your audience is expecting a certain level of quality, and posting just for the sake of posting is probably not gonna get you the results that you want. So obviously committing to less quantity helps inherently deliver better quality on the videos that you do post.
Yeah. And we could do a session just on content planning alone, right? So this is just one of the mistakes, though, is not having a written content plan. We wanted to show you real quickly live that it's not that hard to start creating one. And you can just go to Google, your Chrome web browser, type doc.new, and just start typing it out.
Yeah. And I think that's the whole, as we go every Friday with this, you guys are going to take different pieces of these presentations, and some of it won't apply to you, but some of it will be, hey, this is an area that I need more handholding with, right? And that's what the calls after are for, for us to be able to dig into weeds on the things that are relevant to you and the sticking points that you are having.
Awesome. So this was the this is the last but not the least mistake that we made, or I made. We both made. We fixed it because we have two digital products now. But had we created one sooner, I mean, imagine, Jordan, if we had created this academy, if we defined up front who we were going to help, we created the mechanism for us to be able to help them, and then we just started helping them. Like if we started doing this weekly stream every week 2 years ago, where it would be now.
Well, hey, now we just think where we'll be 2 years from now.
Yeah. No, I mean I mean, we're about to cross 10 subscribers. So if you guys are not subscribed to the All-Star Academy channel yet, please do. And we'll be celebrating 10 subscribers next week. And in like a year, we'll be celebrating 1,000 maybe.
For sure. Oh, for sure. How many subscribers do you have on your Zach Scriven channel?
Like 2,500, 2,600. But in Telic, they just crossed like 5,400, and we started just over 2 years ago. So, but they're growing 500 subscribers a month now. They launched a digital product that did 25,000 in sales in one day, or it did 25,000 in sales in 1 month, but it was for a 1-day event. And now we can take that 1-day event, go sell it over and over and over again. And the customers are happy to pay for it because they want that knowledge. And it's now delivered to them in a way that's more scalable and easier to consume. Kajabi, which I guess I could show you here in a second. I'll just show you it right now. We love Kajabi. We're experts in Kajabi. To do that launch, it took about over 100 hours of work. And I was actually, let's see, am I sharing my screen here? No. But it would have taken much longer if we didn't have Kajabi, because it just makes it super simple. So here you could see like all of these other tools that one might use, ClickFunnels or MailChimp, or all of these other hosting softwares, WordPress, Wix, Squarespace. I used some of those platforms before. It just becomes one. And this is not a sales pitch for Kajabi. We're not even affiliates yet, but I think maybe we will become affiliates. And what that means is, instead of getting their 14-day free trial, if you sign up using our affiliate link, you'll get a 28-day free trial. And we can even package it like with, people that are part of our academy, right? So there could be extra bonuses there, but essentially it takes all of your you can create a subscription product. You can create a digital course. You could even do like high ticket online coaching or consulting. This one client that I helped, they went from charging $200 per hour in a traditional way, that like in traditional business, to charging over $1,200 per hour through selling these consulting hours through Kajabi. Just and the beautiful part was they didn't actually have to, these sales funnels, these pipelines that they give you. Let's see if we can kind of come down to pipelines. So this is the beauty of the pipeline, is that it gives it a step-by-step sequence. So a customer can come to your landing page, they can enter their email to sign up for maybe a webinar, or enter an email to sign up for some free download, or to book a call with you. You can set up these different pipelines to guide your ideal client to the action you want them to take. So, in this case, we run this weekly free training. And if you're on our webinar, our training room, there's going to be a button down below where someone could easily just take the next steps to sign up for our academy. So after we get off this call here, you guys could be able to jump on our group call, and we'll be able to help you in a kind of one-on-one group environment. Pipelines helped us do that. Kajabi makes it super easy. So, and then our accelerator product, which we help business owners that, they've started up Kajabi, they tried it, they got as far as they can on their own, and now they're looking for a team to partner with to help scale to like the next next level.
I mean, there's so
So
much. Yeah, there's so much in marketing, guys. It's like,
I know we don't want to overwhelm you.
yeah, we don't want to overwhelm you, but I think sometimes when you have the knowledge and you have the skills and you have the experience, it's overwhelming to think how to monetize it. And showing you these options, it's like hopefully, opens your eyes to the possibilities, and then you can kind of figure it out with us as you go at a pace that you're comfortable with.
Yeah. So let's see. Let me think our presentation is done for here today. So you guys can see this. Questions? Do you see that, Jordan?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was the last one. Not creating a digital product sooner. Questions, guys, leave them in the comments. We'll answer them next week. But we're gonna get off right now. We're gonna jump on to our Zoom call with our group academy, our academy students, and we're gonna help them out. So if you guys want to join that, the link to join is down below, and we'll see you guys on the other side.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.